Hi guys, this is Shadows Enigma giving you a video basically of Destiny and the new Rise of Iron and the comparisons with the weapon Gabblehorn from year 1 and what to expect in year 3. Basically, the comparison that I'm talking about is what you should expect if you're a year 1 player. You know what I'm talking about when it comes to Destiny and the Gabblehorn compared to year 3. But if you're not, then this the video is for you. The Gabblehorn was the most overpowered weapon in year 1. Basically, how everybody reacted was if you had a Gabblehorn, you were in everything. You could do raids, you could do strikes, you could do anything. But if you didn't have a Gabblehorn, then they would basically say, go get yourself a Gabblehorn or you're not coming with us. That's exactly how everybody was towards other people. And that's why you notice that if you play Taken King, which is basically year 2, you would notice that nobody had the Gabblehorn, and like everybody's so excited about this new Gabblehorn thing coming out in Rise of Iron or year 3. And it's unbelievable, because as soon as this Gabblehorn, Iron Gabblehorn, and everybody has a Gabblehorn thing comes up, well, honestly, it's in a quest line, so like it would literally eliminate the fact that people would say, if you don't have a Gabblehorn, then you're done. But here's the thing, I don't think it will eliminate it. I know what Bungie's trying to do. Bungie's trying to eliminate the issue of people being left out in raids and strikes, and that's a good positive thing. I totally agree with it 100%. But the thing of it is there's going to be people out there that haven't got the quest line yet, or haven't had a Gabblehorn yet, or they're missing a piece or something, and they're going to want to do a raid, and people are going to be like, no, you're not in the raid. You don't have Gabblehorn, so you're done. You're not doing it. And that's what I'm afraid of. That's not only for myself, but for other gamers. Especially when you're a clan, you created a clan and you run the clan, and you're the type of person that wants to help other people out, and it's simply panicky. Like, if you stop and if you're a year 1 player and you're watching this video and you stop and think about what could happen, your best option is to get a Gabblehorn. You have to have it. Like, it's gonna be like that again. It's gonna be chaos when it comes to this Gabblehorn thing. And if you're a PvP, a player versus player type of person, or a PvP player, then you're gonna expect the Gabblehorn on head, like especially during trials. You're gonna see that Gabblehorn a lot, and it's gonna be a pain. It's gonna tick you off a lot if you're that type of person that likes to explode on video games. Sometimes I do the same, so I will admit it. I'm that type of person that gets mad a little bit and starts yelling, and that's basically it. I don't throw controllers or anything. There's people that take anger and put it out of proportion, but basically that's one thing I wanted to talk about due to this Rise of Iron thing. Not only that, the light level. The light level is going to be 355. By the looks of videos, that's like, I've watched a lot of DPJ and a lot of people like that, and who do all these comparisons of the Gabblehorn and the light level, and the basically the people who watch the stream on Twitch. And I gotta say that the light level is just a little bit too low. And the reason why I say this is because, like, the same problem occurred with Taken King. Except people were automatically at 170 when everybody started, and they were at level 34. and they had to climb their way up. which that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. It should be to where people have to climb their way up to make the game last longer than what this Rise of Iron expansion is going to be. I feel like if this is going to be, if they're going right back to the expansion set, which I got a feeling that's the way it's going to be, like they did in year one. But that just means that people are not giving enough money with this Eververse stuff, and honestly, they should keep the Eververse stuff. And if they're just gonna keep it that low, then I suggest that like every 2 months or so, that they should update and add new things to the game and whatnot. Another thing I want to talk about is this PS4 and Xbox One comparison of Destiny. Okay, yes, PS4 does have a lot of exclusives. They have more strikes, they have more maps, they have more weapon variety, they have more armor variety, they have all this extra stuff. But here's the downside to all that stuff, okay? Not only is there so much comparison, or not so much comparison, but so much more exclusive stuff in the game, but there's just too much. There's too much there to select, to choose, to play with. There's too much. There's too much there. In my opinion, there's just way too much. I've noticed a lot of people playing like even in PvP in Vanguard stuff, which Vanguard really isn't that big of a deal. That shit's easy as shit. But when it comes to PvP, I've seen so many different variety of weapons, and they never work. It never works for them. Like I could go in there, being as I'm an X1 gamer as well as a PS4 gamer, I could go in there with just the last word and rack up so many kills and have a high KD, and these other people are trying to use different weapons, and I understand that, a variety makes a big deal. But when I, to be honest with you, I've only had the PS4 for maybe about a month and a half to 2 months, so like the exotics are limited. I don't have a lot of exotics. I have possibly half of what I should have, and most of them are armor. But anyway, the point is there's just too much shit. And not only that, with the Rise of Iron coming out, not only that, I guarantee they're going to bring more exotics, new exotics for the PS4, more exclusive crap, and then X1's just going to be like, okay, well, you get Gabelhorn and a few of these other things, and that's it. You don't get as much as the PS4. And I'm not sure if it's because it's made by two different companies. I know that people say that Activision made them both, but that's not true. Activision only made the PS4 version of Destiny, where the X1 is just Bungie. So I can understand where people are saying that Activision created Destiny. They really didn't. Activision made the PS4 version of Destiny, and that's the reason why they get more exclusives, more armor, more weapons, and everything. That's the only reason why they get more stuff than what X1 does. But with the X1, yes, there's no exclusives unless, you get the book and the Book of Triumphs moments, and everybody gets that no matter what console it's on. But my point is with the X1, yes, there's less things to do. There's less weapons, but you see a lot of people playing with the same weapons, and it's more challenging that way. It is more challenging to face the same type of gun-based people than it is to going into playing the PS4 Destiny and be like, okay, there's so many weapon varieties, and 9 times out of 10, if you got the weapons that you've been playing on your X1, you're going to win just about every time. And that's cool. I like the fact that, Both of them are different, but still, it's just, it's not right. There's no fairness and equality when it comes to both consoles and everything, as far as weapons and exclusives and all that. But that's, who am I to judge? They're both good games. They're both good consoles. Preferably, I choose X1 over PS4, but that's me. So anyway, also I wanted to talk about, well, some other things. Actually, no, I believe that covers the game-wise stuff. This new X1 that's coming out next month. Okay, there's a new Xbox One Slim or S. I'm pretty sure you all have heard about it. It's supposed to have basically the same settings as what the PS4 is. Okay, not only that, it's going to be way bigger hard drive. It's going to have 2 terabytes in it, and all that, which is good. That's one of the reasons why I want to get this new X1, is because the old one I have, I bought it before they added the extra 500 megabytes to make a terabyte, but so I have only the 500 gig X1, but it's been fairly good. It's lasted for about 2 years now, almost 2 years, and for me anyway, and it's been a really good console. Like I bought it, well, my wife bought it, I should say. My wife bought it for me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and it works great. It works perfect. I've not had one overload or anything like that. It's only froze maybe 2 or 3 times out of all the days I've played it, which is basically almost every day. And it's lasted pretty good. And as far as the PS4 is concerned, I've only had that for a couple of months, so I haven't noticed any problems with it. So it's a good console too, but it's, to me, I have not experienced the same time width or band of with the X1 than to the PS4. So and also I want to talk about this Borderlands thing. Like, okay, as you may know, Borderlands is an Xbox 360 game, and it's also a PS3 game. Well, to compare the two, they basically, both the PS4 and the Xbox One both basically have backwards compatibility. Basically, the route to go if you want to play all your old games is the X1. And the reason why I say this, the reason why I say this is because if you go on the PS4 and you try to buy, like, if you try to play Borderlands or something like that, you can't download it. You have to buy what is called PlayStation View or something like that, or PlayStation Now or something like that. It's not PlayStation Plus. You can't find it in PlayStation Plus or anything like that. It's either PlayStation. I think it's PlayStation Now. Like I said, I haven't been on it for at least a few days. I've been playing X1. So as you may know, the best route to go is X1 to play like Borderlands or something like that. But if you wanted to play like something like an old classic game, which was one of my favorites, like Final Fantasy VII, a lot of people love this game. I'm one of them people. The best route to go is definitely the PS4 because Xbox don't have those type of games except for like Final Fantasy 10 and or not 10 but 13, 13.2 and 13 like Lightning Returns. But if you do decide to play those games like 13 and I said 10, which I don't know why I said 10. But anyway, if you do decide to play 13, go back to Final Fantasy and play 13 and 13.2 and Lightning Returns, and you haven't played them yet, I know they're very old, but if you decide to play them, go with the first one. If you just want to complete the entire series, I understand. You can play all 3 if you like. But the far best one out of the 3 is 13. So Anyway, I'm gonna put this video to a close, guys. I'll enjoy you guys watching my videos. Leave your comments down below. Leave a like if you like. Subscribe. If you disagree with any of the things I've said, you know, leave a comment down below and let me know what's going on. What you know? What do you believe? What do you think? Do you think that the PS4 will and Xbox One's Destinies will increase the light higher? Do you think that Gabblehorn won't be as, you know, as a big of a worry as it was back in year one? Do you agree with the Borderlands or other games that both games are compatible with, or both consoles are compatible with, and the cost between them? Which I didn't mention this. I did not mention the fact that PS4, you got to spend $20 a month on this PlayStation Now to buy and play all these other old games, where on the X1 you can just pay for the game, download it, and keep it for as long as you like. But honestly, I'd rather just download it that way, and the lag is just terrible. But I'd rather just download it on X1 and keep it than constantly pay out so much money to play games. So basically that's it. Guys, like I said, leave comments, subscribe, all that. Guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Peace out.